KIK-FM 107 and some Robert Plant, Duran and the Spoons. Got the Police coming up this hour. Some David Bowie. Look for the Talking Heads, and Bruce Springsteen's up next. Off the River, some Bruce Springsteen on KIK-FM 107. KIK-FM 107 and a band called Blue Peter and some Roxy Music. 25 past 9 with Lee Friesen. Checking out the action tonight around the Stampede. Here's something you should know. Got another Stampede report brought to you by the Boot and Jean Shop and Lethbridge Pill. KIK-FM 107 and the Police off Synchronicity. One of the hottest albums in Calgary. You can take in the top 10 albums in Calgary every Friday night. Jamie Wall counts them down in order on Hit Kickers, Calgary's top 10 albums. Catch that every Friday night. Got tonight's focus coming up just after 10. Some David Bowie up next. KIK-FM 107 and some Clash, Prism, and David Bowie. Just checking out the weather for the Stampede. Been lucky for the last few days, but we have a chance of some showers coming around tomorrow. Those drop you down to around 10 degrees tonight. Look for highs of around 24. Temperature hit 23 this afternoon. Right now in Calgary, it's 19 degrees. At tonight's focus, coming up next, checking out a band called Coney Hatch. For tonight's focus, it's Coney Hatch and the album called Out of Hand. Coney Hatch takes its name from a lunatic asylum. Because of that, you just may expect another bent and twisted headbanging group. But Coney Hatch may surprise you because there is some depth to the lyrics, and this band actually knows what a hook is. Coney Hatch came out of Toronto, where they did the usual bar circuit. The band caught the attention of Kim Mitchell, who got involved with the group and pushed his own record company to give them a record contract. It's paid off because Coney Hatch has picked up airplay from most of the major rock stations across North America. The Hatch just may happen. The new one's called Out of Hand. Tonight's focus from KIK-FM 107. KIK-FM 107 and some Coney Hatch. This one's Out of Hand. First time for everything. Shake it and don't say make me. Tonight's focus. Coming up tomorrow on the Blue Plate Special, Dave Larson will be checking out the best of Queen. It seems a little time. KIK-FM 107. Human League, some Pretenders, and Kenny Loggins. Just got the baseball scores in for tonight. You ready for this? Toronto Blue Jays blew a 6-0 lead, then came back and beat the Royals 9-6 in Kansas City. Blue Jays are now undefeated in 5 games. They're the only baseball team that hasn't lost since the All-Star break. The record right now, 48-33. Here's the other side of the story. Montreal had taken a 5-3 lead, but they ended up losing to Houston by a score of 7-5. That just may be the story for the whole year. Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven, on KIK-FM 107. KIK-FM 107 and some Def Leppard off Pyromania. July 18th, definitely a night for rock and roll with Uriah Heep and Def Leppard out of the corral. Some other concerts you might want to check into over the next few weeks. July 17th, it's Robert Palmer, and coming up July 14th, the band make their comeback, and that's out at the Jube. Concert info is yours anytime. Just call the KIK Concert line, 244-8882. KIK-FM 107. Even the Losers from Tom Petty and Damn the Torpedoes. Tom Petty had some problems on his concert tour, which just wrapped up last month. He had plans for a live album, and he'd been recording most of the concerts. Someone ripped off a number of tapes, and that caused all kinds of trouble. But he says the loss of the tapes won't affect the live album. He'll be working on the record for the next several months. Tom Petty's record company hope the album will be out sometime in December. Got The Who coming up, some Loverboy, Kinks, and Ian Hunter. Off the album, All the Good Ones Are Taken. Ian Hunter on KIK-FM 107. KIK-FM 107 and David Gilmour, some Police, and the Kinks. 12 past 11 with Lee Friesen. Good night for fireworks. You want to check out your window, you might be able to find out they're going on right now. Looking for a chance of thunder showers over the next few days. Hopefully not too serious because it hasn't been that bad for the last while. Lows down to around 10 degrees, looking for a high of around 24 by tomorrow. Right now in Calgary, it's 19 degrees. Behind Blue Eyes. KIK-FM 107 The Who with Behind Blue Eyes, Flock of Seagulls, and some Street Heart. Believe it or not, there is such a thing as drugs in this city of Calgary. For anyone who is planning on taking your stash down to the Stampede, you might change your mind. Coming up on Calgary Inside Out tomorrow, legal aid lawyer Gord Tapp will be talking about some of the things involving drugs and the Stampede. You might want to check that out tomorrow on Calgary Inside Out. You might also want to check out breakfast down at the Four Seasons with Humble Howard, Sharon Costello, and Tom Tompkins, who will be doing the morning show there all week long. Just drop by. You might want to catch breakfast, and that's out at the Wheat Sheaf Room at the Four Seasons. There's a new one from the Talking Heads, speaking in tongues. Burning down the house on KIK-FM 107. KIK-FM 107 and some Mitch Ryder, Toronto, and David Bowie. You can catch that man up in Edmonton on August 7th. You can be a part of the Bowie Express with Kik. Bowie, Peter Gabriel, and the Tubes. Definitely one of the concerts of the year. You can be up there. Cost you $51 and just drop by Bath. Album's called Luxury Gap, Heaven 17, and Crushed by the Wheels of Industry on KIK-FM 107. KIK-FM 107 and some Meatloaf from Bad Outta Hell. Perfect example of what happens so many times in the record industry. In 1978, Meatloaf had one of the biggest albums of the year, sold over several million copies. But today, Meatloaf can't buy a hit. Just a few weeks ago, he filed for bankruptcy. Tough breaks for a man called Meatloaf. Don't have anybody to dance with, you can always dance alone. Rod Stewart on KIK-FM 107. KIK-FM 107 and some Supertramp from Breakfast in America. Some Joe Walsh and Rod Stewart. Hasn't been too bad for the last few days. Temperatures around the 24-degree mark for most of the week. Should be that way for the next few days. Lows tonight dropping down to 10. Highs tomorrow reaching 24 again. Right now in Calgary, it's 18 degrees. There's only one problem, and that's someone keeps talking about a few showers coming around tomorrow. But what the heck? That would never happen during Stampede Week. Here's a nice, romantic, soft French song from Joan Jett on KIK-FM 107. KIK-FM 107 and King Crimson in the court of the Crimson King. Some Loverboy, Joan Jett, Dire Straits. Just checking into some baseball scores. You may be in for a few surprises. Toronto Blue Jays were down 6-0. They came back. No, they were actually winning 6-0. They blew that lead, but they came back and won the game 9-6 over Kansas City. But the same thing didn't happen with Montreal. They were down 5-3. They ended up losing 7-5. Could be the story of the year. The Blue Jays seem to be pulling out all the important games, and the Expos just seem to be choking. That could be too early in the year to start ramming it down throats of Expo fans, but boy, Blue Jays been playing some good baseball lately. I'm Synchronicity, the police on KIK-FM 107.
Super sound of the deputies. All week, they'll be pumping out super rock sounds at the Shamrock. When you've just got to dance, you can't ignore the feeling, but you need the right music. And the right music to keep you up and on the floor is at the Shamrock, this week with the deputies. The Shamrock Hotel, 2101 11th Street Southeast.
The bottom's fallen off the price list at Forest Lawn Cycle, and the only question left to answer is how low will they go? Forest Lawn Cycle is still churning out the bargains on 82 Suzukis. This is the year to get on a Suzuki and really outperform the road. Now at Forest Lawn Cycle, the GS 750 down from a list price of $35.99 to a mere $27.99. You save $800 on 700 150 cc's of pure riding pleasure. The GS300, regularly $2,000. You can save 25%. Now at Forest Lawn Cycle, this bike is yours for $14.99. At Forest Lawn Cycle, you get more motorcycle for your money. Dream possible. Forest Lawn Cycle on 17th Avenue Southeast across from McDonald's in Forest Lawn.
Today's focus brings you Thomas Dolby, whose Blinded by Science is just beginning to attract attention across the country. Blinded by Science, which contains 5 cuts, is the second release for Thomas Dolby. Blinded by Science includes vocals from British television personality Dr. Magnus Pike. Thomas Dolby's first album received all kinds of critical acceptance, but absolutely nothing in the way of sales and airplay. Blinded by Science could prove to be the opposite. Today on Focus, the best of Thomas Dolby on KIK-FM 107. KIK-FM 107 with today's focus on Thomas Dolby. Just part of 7 in a row from KIK. KIK-FM 107 with the Rolling Stones. From Some Girls. Blushing Brides and Rush, just part of 7 in a row, and coming up at 4, we'll take in another 7 in a row. Hi-Fi Express is having a party all afternoon. Jim O'Callahan is down there, and some guys just get all the luck. How you doing?
Hey, pretty good. We're having a good time down here, I tell you. We're having an anniversary party. Hi-Fi Express celebrating their first anniversary, $24.99. We also have push-button slimline phones at just $18.88. Plus, we'll be giving away all sorts of things. Some lucky visitors will be receiving AM/FM in-dash stereo cassettes, just like Craig Hunt did here a little while ago, just for showing up and coming in the door. We also have sports bags and Maxell metal audio cassettes to give away, free coffee and donuts, all kinds of stuff down here. So why don't you come down and help us celebrate? A few more examples of the bargains going on. Box-type car speakers, $18.99 each. We have AM/FM cassette with push-button tuner, $59.99. Portable AM/FM stereos with headphones, $17.99. We've got Chrome Bias C90 cassettes, 10 in a box for $29.99. Plus free movie posters with any purchase of $50 or more. I've been just checking out some of the equipment myself, and I'll tell you, there's some great stuff down here from Yamaha, Mitsubishi, and Bose. Just great stuff. So come down and help us celebrate and get some bargains for yourself. Hi-Fi Express, 3601 17th Avenue Southeast, or at the Warehouse, 103 17th Avenue Southwest. And a reminder, we're open tomorrow, Sunday, from 11 to 6 p.m., both locations.
This is Journey in Separate Ways from KIK-FM 107.